Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, when most of us look over at Tokyo's Sumida Ward, our eyes, well, they immediately go up, don't they? Straight to the Tokyo Skytree.
Yeah, it's pretty unmissable. It's like this huge symbol of modern Japan right there.
Exactly.
But if you only look up at that amazing power, you're actually missing centuries of really deep history and culture literally right beneath your feet. Sumida, or Sumida-ku as it's known, it's this like rich storehouse of old Edo built on layers of, well, disaster, art, even samurai drama.
And that's really what we want to dig into today. We're aiming to go beyond, the standard tourist stuff.
Right.
We want to pull out some key historical stories, think ukiyo-e masters, big legends, the birth of the fireworks festival, and then connect them to spots you can actually visit today. Hidden gems, maybe?
Yeah, accessible places. The goal is to give you, the learner, that kind of aha moment, where you suddenly see this area of Tokyo in a whole new light.
We're basically trying to bridge the past and present along the Sumida River.
Turning your sightseeing trip into maybe a bit of a historical treasure hunt.
Okay, let's start with the river itself. Because for centuries, it wasn't just a river, was it? It was like an artist's muse.
Oh, completely. The sources call it the Ini Narukawa, which means something like the river that looked good in pictures.
I like that.
Yeah, and you can see why. Artists like Hokusai, Hiroshige, they loved it. It gave them scope, context. You often see like Mount Fuji or maybe Mount Tsukuba framed just perfectly by the river and its banks.
Ah, okay.
It was the perfect stage for depicting everyday life. And speaking of the banks, that famous cherry blossom embankment, the Sumida Tsutsumi, that wasn't just nature doing its thing.
No, I read that was actually a huge project, right? Like deliberate.
Totally deliberate. It was this big civil engineering job, really, blending aesthetics and practicality, ordered by Shogun Yoshimune back in the 18th century.
Right.
They built up the banks to control the water, yeah, but then planted thousands of cherry trees to make the whole thing beautiful. And you got to remember, back then, travel was all about the water.
Ferries and stuff.
Exactly. Ferries and these small boats called watashi. Bridges were few and far between. This way of life, crossing the river, it goes way back.
It's pretty amazing how central the river's been for so long. I mean, records of crossings go back to the Heian period, like the 9th century.
Mm-hmm. And it features in some really deep foundational stories, like the梅若legend about the grieving mother finding her lost son's memorial near the river. It's woven into the fabric of the place.
But the history isn't all scenic views and legends, is it? There's tragedy, too.
Oh, definitely. And the big one, the one that completely reshaped Edo, was the Mireki Great Fire in 1657.
The scale of that.
Yeah,
It's just immense. What happened right after?
Well, the fire killed, estimates say, over 100,000 people, just staggering, and
Yeah.
so many were unnamed, lost. To mourn them, the shogunate built Reikoin Temple, that's Moko in Ryogoku.
Okay, a memorial site.
It started that way, solemn.
Yep.
But here's the twist, that kind of Edo resilience kicking in. The fire forced the shogunate to create these huge fire breaks, these wide open spaces called hirokyuji.
Right, to stop future fires.
Exactly. But it also meant there was suddenly all this open land available for public use. And so Ryogoku, born from this immense tragedy,
It became an entertainment district. Seems almost weirdly fast.
it is counterintuitive, but that duality, finding life in spectacle right after loss, that's so Edo. And that big open space at Reikoin Temple, it became the permanent spot, the jubasho, for sumo wrestling.
Wow. From mass grave to sumo stadium, essentially.
Pretty much. That mix of solemnity and spectacle still kind of defines Ryogoku today, near the modern Kokugikan Stadium.
Okay, and shifting gears a bit, but staying in the area Hanjo, which is modern Sumida Ward, this is where a huge samurai story unfolds. The Chushingura.
The 47 Ronin. Yeah, the climax, the revenge on their enemy, Kira Katsushika, happened right here in his mansion.
And what's there now?
It's funny, today it's just this quiet little park, Hanjo Matsuzaka-cho Park, really understated, almost deliberately simple, It's such a contrast to the violent drama that happened there.
But I heard if you go on December 14th.
Then it's different. They hold the Gishi Festival, commemorating the Ronin. The history just comes flooding back for that one day. It's quite powerful.
We also have to talk about the artistic giant of the area, Hokusai.
Katsushika Hokusai, yeah. World-famous ukiyo-e master, born right there in what's now Sumida Ward. And his art, like the 36 views of Mount Fuji, is iconic, obviously. But his life.
Chaotic. Is that fair?
Oh, chaotic is putting it mildly. Restless doesn't even cover it. This guy changed his art name around 30 times.
30? Okay.
And get this, he moved house 93 times in his life.
93.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
it really is. But it wasn't just like random chaos. It seems to reflect this relentless drive he had, always chasing a new angle, a new perspective for his art, never satisfied.
And today, you can see his work and learn about him at the Sumida Hokusai Museum.
Exactly, which is a stunning piece of modern architecture itself, designed by Kazuo Sejima. Definitely worth seeing.
Okay, so the history is just immense. But let's be practical. You're standing there, maybe near the Skytree, you want a coffee, maybe find some cool shops. And crucially, how do you get between Asakusa and the Skytree area without that awkward long walk?
Ah, yes, the awkward distance problem. They solved that, and solved it quite cleverly, with the Sumida River Walk.
The pedestrian bridge.
Yeah, it runs right next to the Tobu railway line. It turns what used to be kind of a hassle into a really pleasant scenic link.
And it's painted Skytree white, right? So it visually connects.
It does. And here's a fun little thing for you to look for. Check the wooden planks on the bridge deck. They've actually embedded little images of the Skytree mascot, Sorakara-chan.
Oh, that's cute. Like a little Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice touch. So you walk across that.
And you arrive where?
You arrive at Tokyo Mizumachi. It's this really smart development, basically a commercial complex built right under the elevated train tracks, sort of like a riverside highline concept split into east and west zones.
Okay, cool use of space.
Right.
What are the must-visits there? The hidden gems.
Well, for food, definitely check out Muya. It's a spin-off from the popular bread and espresso places. They do this unique square-shaped toast called mu. It's really cute, very Instagrammable, and pretty tasty, too. Perfect little pick-me-up.
Square toast. Got it. What else?
If you like Japanese design, homewares, that kind of thing, head to Consent. It's a shop with really well-curated stuff. Smart, user-friendly lifestyle goods. Not your typical souvenirs, more like things you actually want to use.
Nice. Practical souvenirs.
Right. And then for the more active types, there's Latticed Sports. This place is wild. It's a specialty coffee shop, latticed, combined with bouldering walls.
Climbing.
Yeah, climbing walls, a bike shop, even a sand pit for some reason. It's geared towards that outdoor crowd who wants like a really good coffee right after their climb or ride.
That's quite a mix. Okay, so that's right under the tracks. Now, what are other spots, maybe with a river view? You mentioned cycling?
Yeah, the river paths are great for cycling, really flat. And there are some excellent cafes along the wider waterfront circuit.
Like what?
Okay, near Azumabashi in Asakusa, looking back across the Sumida River, there's Cafe Maurice. It's up on the second and third floor, so you get this fantastic wide view of the river and the Skytree.
Elevated view. Nice.
And the cool thing is, on nice days, they open up all the windows, so you get the breeze. It feels almost like you're eating outside, even though you're technically inside. Really lovely feel.
Sounds great. Any others?
If you head a bit west, towards Itabashi, there's the Canal Cafe. This one is literally floating on the old outer moat of Edo Castle.
Floating. Wow.
Yeah, it started as Tokyo's first boatyard way back in 1918. Now it's a restaurant. They do great wood-fired pizza. And in spring, the terrace is just the place to be for cherry blossom viewing. You see the petals floating on the water, the hana ikata. It's incredibly peaceful.
That sounds magical.
Oh.
Pizza on a floating restaurant during cherry blossom season.
It's pretty special. Or, if you're serious about your coffee, there's REC Coffee Suidobashi, run by a champion barista.
Okay.
It's right by the Shinmasakibashi Bridge, overlooking the Kondo River, which, again, was part of the old castle moat system. So you get that history connection again. Great coffee, big windows, nice views of the old moat structure. They even do cheaper morning sets on weekdays. Good starting point for a day exploring.
Perfect. Okay, before we finish, we have to address the big summer event, the Sumida River Fireworks.
Ah, the fireworks. Oldest in Japan, right? Since 1733.
Yeah, but it draws like 1 million people. The main Asakusa area sounds like absolute chaos.
It is. It's intense. So if you, the learner, want to see the show, but maybe avoid feeling like a sardine, planning is key. Our sources suggest a few alternatives.
Okay, let's hear them. Less stressful options.
First up, Shiori Park. It's further upriver on the embankment. Gives you a cleaner view, generally less packed, though it is getting more popular, so you still probably need to get there a bit early.
Okay, Shiori Park. What else?
For a really chill vibe, try the Arakawa embankment near Yotsugi Bridge. This is further away still.
So the fireworks look smaller.
They will, yeah. But you can still see the high-altitude bursts clearly, and the atmosphere is way more relaxed, like bring a picnic blanket, spread out kind of vibe, no frenzy.
That sounds appealing. One more.
Uyokogawa Shinsui Park. This is a big, long park, lots of space, different potential viewpoints. Inside the park, look for the Chibiko Hiroba. It's like a little children's plaza that's slightly raised. Might give you a decent angle away from the main crush.
Good tips. Alternatives are always welcome for massive events like that.
It really just shows how this area has always balanced, big spectacle with finding ways to cope to enjoy life even amidst challenges.
Yeah.
That resilience theme again.
It really does. Well, this has been fascinating. We've gone from tragic legends and hokusais, many, many homes,
93?
93, all the way to square toast and hidden viewing spots under railway tracks.
It's quite the mix.
So, as a final thought, something for our listeners to chew on.
Okay, here's a challenge. If you really want to connect with the deeper, weirder history of the area, try turning your visit into a cultural treasure hunt for the locations linked to the Honjo 7 mysteries, the Honjo Nana Fushigi.
Oh, the old Edo ghost stories, like Oitkabori, the fishing spot where a voice tells you to leave your catch behind.
Exactly. Or Okuri Shochin, the phantom lantern that leads people astray. These aren't just spooky tales. They reflect the old landscape, the fears, the psychology of Edo commoners.
So how do you hunt for them?
Well, you can find maps or guides that suggest the original locations often near places like Kinshicho Station. Trying to find those spots today, trying to imagine the old ponds or dark alleys where these stories were set while standing in modern Tokyo. It just transforms sightseeing. It makes you feel the layers of history under your feet in a really unique, kind of shivery way.
That's a fantastic suggestion. Go find the ghosts of old Edo, a perfect way to end our deep dive. Thanks so much for sharing all this.
My pleasure.
And thank you for joining us. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.